Hello you guys and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about the Dakota Apartments in Manhattan, New York. There are so many hauntings in this apartment building, so let's just go right into this video. So again, this story came from this magazine. It is Life, the World's Most Haunted Places. It is the third story in this. Like I said, I'm probably going to be doing a video on every single story in here because I read this entire thing front to back. It is the most well-written, most intriguing, interesting magazine I've ever read. So I'm going to read the little article that was written about the Dakota Apartments, and this one is actually titled Where Rosemary's Baby Was Born. So before I actually get into reading this article, I'll show you the pictures that are in this magazine. This is the Dakota apartment building. Over here is John Lennon, who was a member of the Beatles. Try to get that glare away. He was a member of the Beatles and he was unfortunately murdered in the entrance, which is this picture right here. That is the entrance where John Lennon was shot. I believe it was 5 times, and he was unfortunately killed. So, where Rosemary's Baby was born. When John Lennon and Yoko Ono, I hope I'm saying that name right, moved into the Dakota on 72nd Street and Central Park West in 1973, they were well aware the building was rumored to be haunted. So they hired a medium to conduct a seance in their 7th floor apartment and reached Jessie Ryan, the recently departed wife of Dirty Dozen actor Robert Ryan, who'd sold them the unit. No blitz spirit, Jessie promptly announced that she intended to stay in the couple's digs, which did not make the Ryans' daughter Lisa happy. If my mother's ghost belongs anywhere, she told Ono, it's here with me. Most of the Dakota spirits don't belong here, of course, but they seem to have been in residence since the building was completed in 1884. Built for Singer Sewing Machine President Edward S. Clark in Manhattan's then rural Upper West Side, the Germany Renaissance Revival structure was reportedly called the Dakota because its location was as remote as Dakota Territory. Over time, the Dakota's sinister reputation has grown along with its environs. This was, after all, where Lennon was murdered in 1980, and Ira Levin used it as the setting for his classic 1967 novel Rosemary's Baby. Though the novelist called it the Black Bramford, he drew on the Dakota's dark mojo for inspiration. Over the years, one character said, the Bramford has had far more than its share of ugly and unsavory happenings. In Levin's world, these include cannibalism, witchcraft, Satanism, and murder. But he may well have added the real-life spirit of a beautiful blonde girl in a yellow dress. Some have called her the house ghost, others a bad omen. It's my birthday, she allegedly said to a painter who later fell to his death. Others have seen the ghost of a man with the face of a small boy, and a mysterious fire started inside writer Rex Reed's apartment. I thought, welcome to Dakota. He later told Stephen Birmingham in Life at the Dakota. Here, elevators move on their own, footsteps are heard where no mortal walks, rumblings sound through the walls, and the past seems to coexist with the present. A chandelier was seen through the window of one resident's apartment as he walked to the building, despite the fact that he had no chandelier, only the remains of one. Many phenomena seem to emanate from the basement, including the so-called man with a wig, who is known for taking off his wig and shaking it angrily. In Levin's novel, Rosemary calls the basement kind of creepy. So does singer Robert Flack, a longtime resident who refuses to enter it. This building has been occupied by a lot of strong people, she told Birmingham. They stay, they have memories, and they come back. So, leading off of that, I did my own research, and there was so much hauntings that I found. So I'm only going to be touching on a few. I'm going to be giving a little bit of back history of the Dakota itself. The Dakota is an apartment building in New York around Central Park West. The construction of this building was completed back in 1884. One famous person that lived there was John Lennon, and he was a member of the Beatles. This was where he was unfortunately murdered in the archway of the entrance to the building. He was murdered back in 1980, just 7 years after he started living in the Dakota. In 1986, the Dakota was featured in the horror classic Rosemary's Baby. Over the years, workers and residents have seen a little girl wearing clothing that is not from this century, bouncing a red ball through the hallways, or entering and exiting the closets. An adult man with a small boy's face is also seen, as well as John Lennon himself. As mentioned in the article, John Lennon moved in with Yoko Ono. Again, I hope I'm saying that name right. But after John Lennon was shot, Ono said that he appeared at his piano and said, "Don't worry, I am still with you." And then he just vanished. Another sighting of Lennon was outside of the building by a couple named Joey and Amanda. They saw him outside of the building where he was shot to death, and they almost approached him, but then they decided that he looked like he was not in the mood to talk. Many residents have seen a woman they called the Crying Lady, who is said to be the spirit of the manager who took care of the Dakota from the 1930s to the 1950s. This spirit, her son, was unfortunately killed by a truck outside of the building, and after that the residents all said that she was very protective of the children that lived in the building, and many think that is still the reason why she lingers around this building, is to protect the children. So you guys, that is all I'm going to mention today. There are so many others that I found that I think would be interesting to talk about. So if you guys are interested in more hauntings of the Dakota, please let me know in the comments down below and I will gladly do another video. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So that's it for today. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.